Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
Welcome to Pink Shade. Keisha is so happy she never has to see me completely act like
Ever.
an idiot.
I never have to hear that song again unless I go see Fiddler on the Roof.
I love
And
it.
she went buck wild today with it, and so she was twerking a little bit, y'all.
I went overboard with the singing today. I wanted you to know how much I love it.
Oh boy, Match Me Abroad is finally coming to an end.
It is, and I think we're happy with how they finished it and didn't just. I thought they were going to leave us hanging on every person, didn't you?
I did too. I was going to be very upset if they did, but they did it. So,
thank the Lord. And I am at the beach. I'm in my happy place. And today, Dave and I just took the dogs down. Like we haven't even like gotten in our swimsuits really or anything. We just were kind of been tooling around and getting the groceries and doing all the stuff. And we just took the dogs, walked down to the beach entrance, which is right next to the house. So we went one past so that we'd have to walk back on the beach, for exercise.
Right.
We got on the beach, and the beach here is just so wide open. It's just huge. So right when we hit the beach, I start singing "Wide Open Spaces," yeah. And Dave's like, "Stop." The chance to make a big mistake. We need new faces. He's like, "Stop." So they walk with the dogs. First Ginger goes into what we call crouching tiger, hidden ginger, where she gets flat to the ground. And is lying in wait like a tiger in the bush, waiting for Violet, who can see her. But I guess she thinks the lower she does this whenever we go outside for a walk, she goes into the grass and goes flat. And Violet's looking at her like, yeah.
I can see you.
I can see you, dummy.
Yeah.
So she did that in the sand, and we were laughing so hard because then Violet gets within 2 feet of her and she just tries to pounce. So she and Violet had a big sand wrestle.
Oh, that's
finally.
Nice. Cleanup duty. Yeah, yes. I know.
Then we walk a little bit, and then I started singing because it was just me and Dave walking with the dogs in this big open beach, not many people around. And then I started singing Billie Eilish. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Not what you think. And if I'm being... And he's like, Payne, the beach walk is over. But if you're going to continue to sing. I was like, but don't you think that when you're walking on the beach, don't you just want to sing a song about how this is such a dream? He's like, this is your dream. Your dream.
This has nothing to do with me. I'm just here along for the ride.
I love being here so much, and I'm so obsessed with it. I would literally, if they told me, okay, well, we bought this house and you can just stay and we'll bring your stuff over later, I'd be like, all right, see you later, friends.
Now, how far away are you from home?
5 hours.
Oh,
5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a drive.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Well, I live right by the beach, and I never go.
Oh, Keisha.
We just go. We go there for activities and to eat, but no, our water looks like gumbo. It's horrible.
Well, the water here in North Carolina is that sort of like dark green. It's not like I grew up going to like Destin and Rosemary Beach and 30A and all those places down in Destin, Florida, where it looks like the Caribbean is clear blue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's the panhandle of Florida, and it looks like you could see straight your feet all the way to the bottom. It's perfect. So I don't go. Yeah, I don't go in the ocean here because you don't know what's happening. There's sharks and
Yes, and we've been having some weird stuff happen in Galveston with the beaches, like. Thousands of fish were just dead one morning. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the people that are, in the water, you wouldn't want to be in the water with them anyway, because they look like they just pee in the water. So no, it is. We only go there for culinary satisfaction and Moody Gardens and a few other places. And then we take our asses right back home. Yeah.
No. What is Moody Gardens?
Moody Gardens is, it's this place about the conservation of animals and education and all that. So they've got this one, like they're in big triangles. That's their shape for, I don't know why. One of them is the aquarium where you can see the seals, the penguins, all
Yeah.
aquatic things. Then there's a rainforest, which is just too hot for my delicate self to be at the rainforest, where you see all the Amazon animals, things like
Cool.
that. And they've got like, a big swim kind of splash pad water park thing. I don't do water parks. It's got a paddle boat, nice hotel, and yeah, you can spend the whole day, a whole weekend there. So yeah, it's cute. We took Mila a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's good for little kids, it sounds like.
And adults go too. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's huge. But yeah, I used to work there. So
really, which part?
I worked with the team volunteers. I was like their director. So
okay,
leadership.
You got Keisha. The more I talk to you, the more I learn about you. You've had a life, man. That's why you need a reality show, as we've discussed.
No kidding, I do. It's time for it to happen.
I agree.
Come on,
Keisha is ready for her close up, everybody.
But I always make it like clear when I say that I don't want to be like, remember when I submitted a video for that reality show? I put in there, I'm destined to be on a reality show, but I don't want it to be like because there's a giant pimple on my forehead and it has to be popped. I don't want to be like on a medical thing. No. I want to be cute, shopping, all that kind of stuff. Entertaining.
Well, I think you've got those three things down. You got cute, you got shopping, you got entertaining. You got it down. Yes.
Thank you. Come on, camera. I'm ready.
All right. Everybody put your good vibes for Keisha to get a reality show. And then don't forget the little people when you become famous, okay? Okay.
I'll think about it. I might know y'all.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get into the show. And I'm not going to say thank God it's over, but it is a lot to have to do this one and Love During Lockup at the same time.
Yeah.
So on that sense, I'm glad it's over. But I do hope from that inside scoop that you got, I do hope we will get some sort of iteration of this. I really do.
Me too. It was a good, easy watch.
It was. Yeah. And I'm so glad that they wrapped it up at the end and didn't leave us hanging and make us go on that that ratchet Facebook guru.
Those people, they posted something the other day. I'm like, oh my God, did they really say that? Like, they were being mean to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They were getting mad at each other because whenever a new person would come into the group, for some odd reason, like people started doing this, they would post a picture of themselves and saying, thanks for the ad. Here's a picture of me. Which I don't know why that got started, but it really pissed people in that group off.
They were like, oh, we don't need you to announce yourself. We don't care about you or your dog. Quit posting pictures.
They are brutal.
Wow.
That's all I can say. I don't comment on anything on there. I don't need them coming after me.
No.
I just go there to watch and laugh a little bit.
I got to tell you, I was talking to my, I'm trying to turn this fan on and put it on my legs without unhooking my microphone. I was talking to my TLC girl this week because I did an interview with Emily and Kobe. And God, Kobe. So fun. And so that'll come out next week. But I was talking to them. And so I was talking to the TLC contact. And I was like, have you heard about this Facebook group? And she was like, oh, God, what are they doing now? Huh. And I was like, this Match Me Abroad people, they don't give a shit. And she's like,
Stanika's fan club.
Yeah, it's the Stanika fan club page. Yeah, she was like, okay, what's it called? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, she needs to check that out for sure.
Yeah, she's just like, I guess they're all breaking their NDAs. I go, oh, yeah. We got Chad's new girlfriend on there. Her name is Verna from Germany. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. She's in there posting.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like they didn't sign an NDA.
Or nobody read it or understood what it meant. No. Mm-mm.
I don't know, but they broke all the rules.
Yeah. So you guys, it's called Match Me Abroad Unfiltered. If you want to go and look at that page, it's something. So let's get started. So this is season 1, episode 13. I promise you'll be happy. Okay. Let's start with Chad. All right. Chad, who just really, in the words of Keisha, really showed his ass last week.
Yes, both butt cheeks. Yes, he did.
Yeah. He really acted like a jerk. So
yes,
Maria is following him out of the restaurant. It's like, will you let me finish? Can I finish talking? And he's like, no, I'm good. Thank you. Goodbye. And she says, this is hard for me. And he sat back down and she goes, this is hard for me. He goes, whoa, okay, it's hard for you. Okay. He is being so sarcastic and so rude.
And loud.
And just a dick. And she
Yeah,
says,
he was.
listen, we are very different. You told me when we met that you prefer to never go on vacation. You prefer to work instead of go on vacation. So we're just very different. And that's what I mean. I mean, like, having money is good, but not everything in life can be about work. And he's just looking at her. And she goes, I just can't imagine living all my life with someone who looks at me that way, that like I want to go on vacation. And she goes, so you just want to do friends? And this is when he goes, why? I am looking for somebody now. I am never fucking coming to Colombia again. So why would I give a damn about you anymore? Am I making sense to you? The only reason I come here is to find somebody like you. And then she goes, Chad, can I talk? Can I talk? And he goes, are you done? Well, are you done blowing smoke out your ass? This is some bullshit.
So
he's so rude.
So, okay, I'm not defending Chad at all. He was a total asshole. And I think he was a little bit more than drunk as well.
I hope so.
Why did she go on the second date if she knew that she wasn't interested in him in any kind of romantic way? I feel like she she wanted more camera time is what I'm thinking. There wasn't a reason for her to go out on that date. She could have just told Juan, no, we're too different, and that would have been it.
I just think they spent a lot more time together than we saw, because if you saw, she posted on Facebook and stuff like selfies of them together and stuff. So I think that I think that those dates that we see start out in this bright daylight and then it ends in it's dark. I mean, I think they're together for a long time. So I think in his mind, he was like, okay, now I can ask her, like, do you want to be in a relationship?
Okay.
So he walks off and she's like, why are you so angry with me? This is not bullshit. And she starts crying and he's walking off and he's talking to the producer in the car, which it seems like for the time that they filmed there, it rained every single day. It never stopped raining.
Yeah.
Never had a break.
That was a sign, Chad. That was a sign from the gods.
Didn't it seem like everybody's date, it was always raining?
Yeah, because Nathaly had that one date first of all, too many of their dates were outside. Is that like a thing in Colombia? Because I'm not doing a date outside, Mary Payne. No.
It's probably COVID, I think, because they only had select countries they could go to because of COVID anyway.
Well, we can wear a mask inside the restaurant. I am not going through the walk in a park. I'm not four-wheeling. I'm not getting mud on me. I don't want to do any of those things. That's not fun to me at all.
I agree. So he gets in the car with the producer and he's like, I'm tired of this bullshit. She played like she was serious about everything. And in the end, she couldn't give me a reason, Let's go, dude. Let's go. And so he's driving off. He's with, I guess he's with Juan Pablo.
Juan Pablo. Yeah.
Who
was the breakout star of this season to me?
According to
Pablo
you.
And his good looks. Yeah, just according to me and nobody else. Just me.
And he's like, let's go, dude. Let's go. You want to fucking play games? I mean, she's not wanting something serious. I'm fucking 40 years old. I already know the game, man. I was like, well, you're 38, so quit saying you're 40.
Yeah. And if he knew the game already, he wouldn't have gone out on that date again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in her talking head, Maria goes, I was honest with him. And, his anger, it's not just about me. It's about things in his past. And I was like, that's right. You're smart, girl.
Yeah, it's true.
So he continues to rant in the car. He's like, I just want you to be honest with me, man. Don't give me a bunch of bullshit. Go to hell. That's what I wanted to say. But, dude, I kept my cool. I've been through this shit so many times, so many bullshit people. Nah, fuck this place, dude. I'm going back to Nashville tomorrow. I was like, you kept your cool? Is that keeping your cool?
Because I would hate to see him lose his shit because that was bad. And in the middle of a restaurant.
Yeah. Yes, storms off, comes back, storms off again. So the next day, he is folding all his plaid shirts and getting ready to go. And Juan comes over, and they're sitting and talking, and Juan says, so, I talked to Maria, and there are a few things that she said, and I was not expecting it from you.
Yeah.
So Chad stands up and is like, well, yeah, maybe things been a little overboard. And Juan says, so do you think this anger comes from past experiences and not from Maria? And Chad goes, yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, that's a damn good question, Juan. And, I never really talked to anybody as much as I have with you. And other than my dad. But my dad's gone now. We're very close. And he tears up.
And I got
So
sad.
I got sad. And then
Got a
in
little
his talking
sad.
head, he says, my dad would not have been proud with the way I acted.
Yeah.
And I thought all my heartbreak was in the past, but I guess not. So Juan says, I think that you should send her a message. So he's like, all right, I'm going to send her a text message. And Juan says, instead of typing, I think a voice message is more personal. So you just could say something from your heart. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. You got them highfalutin, high-power, crazy iPhones. Can you show me how you do that on the iPhone?
So this guy really is a country bumpkin. The simple fact that he didn't know how to do the voice message. Like, even I know how to do the voice message, and I'm not computer nor phone savvy at all.
I used to know how to do it, but my phone did an upgrade, and now I can't figure it out. I got to get my teenager to show me. So,
right. Thank God for teenagers.
Thank God, because God knows my husband is always like, "What's this? Electronics?" So he shows him how to do the voice message, and Chad's like, "Look at that!" So Chad apologizes to her in this voice message and asks her to forgive him and says he does want to be friends. And Juan says, okay, that was good. That's a true gentleman. And a true gentleman will apologize and own up to when you make mistakes. And Chad's like, yeah, I do want to stay in touch with her. Maybe I'll come back here and see you, Juan, if I get some vacation time. Now, you just said the night before, I ain't never fucking coming back to Colombia. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I noticed that Juan may not be the greatest matchmaker, but they all needed one in their life. Because he really made them look in the mirror. So he should be more of a life coach than a matchmaker.
Maybe so.
That's what I think.
He was he was mad at Chad. You could tell when he came in there. He's like,
yes,
do you think you did anything? You think you did something wrong? Can you admit it when you did a fault? Yeah. Because Maria was probably like, what the actual fuck, man? With that guy, I didn't know he had a rage issue.
And she might have been crying whenever she talked to him about it too, because her feelings were really hurt.
Yeah, my feelings would be hurt if somebody spoke to me like that. I don't even know you.
Well, not mine, because I would have cussed him smooth the fuck out there in the middle of the restaurant. I would have broke glasses, broke plates and all of that and been like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Yeah. But that's me.
Yeah, that's you. I would have been Maria crying at the table. Why do you have to be so mean?
No.
So his talking head, Chad says, I hope Maria will accept my apology. And Juan did help me a lot and helped me find beautiful girls. And it was a good experience. But I'm going home empty handed. You're not there to win a prize. So
right.
Juan Pablo takes him to the airport and he says, I never thought I would get out of the country and do anything like this. So I'm glad I did it, but I can't wait to get back to Pleasant View and cut my grass because I know it needs it. And I got to keep going forward because I know that's what my dad would want. So yeah, that grass hasn't been cut in 2 weeks.
Oh, good Lord. He's going to freak out when he gets home and see that lawn.
It's going to be a 2-day job. 2-day job.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Michelle and Pavol. And Pavol picks her up to go to the airport. And he's just real cute. He's real cute.
He's cute. He's got a little bit of swag. There's just something about him. I don't know exactly what it is, but he has this little bit of sex appeal to him.
I agree. So in her talking head, Katerina says, I spoke with Pavol and he really likes Michelle and I'm thrilled that he's taking her to the airport. So Katerina's happy. And Pavol says, so, I'm not just taking you to the airport because I'm a gentleman, but because I wanted to spend more time with you. So they talk about their date and how they really enjoyed it. And then she talks about the wine, the Chianti, and he's been to that region. And she's like, oh, that's where we can go on our honeymoon. And he's like, yes.
Ha 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 ha.
So talking head, she says, I'm not worried about the distance because where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm not worried about it. And he's like, listen, what we need to do now is plan some more trips together and go hiking. And then we can see if we're going to be a couple. And she says, yeah, good idea. Good deal. They're very much on the same page. Nobody's trying to go too fast or too slow. I
agree. Yes.
Again, the outside date. They want to go hiking.
I heard that and I just said I don't. Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't
like to be outside sweating on a date either.
If you want to take me hiking, I feel like you're saying I want to kill you. I want you to die because that's what's going to happen if I try to go. I wouldn't even know what clothes to wear to go hiking.
Yeah, no. I know. My husband, that's how we got engaged is he made me hike up to this waterfall. And I was So bitter.
James
So
came
bitter.
to my job and did it in the front office where it was on camera and everyone got to see it. He knows me well enough. I would have said no if we would have been outside. No. Propose to me in the AC and maybe I'll change my mind. Do it again. Try again.
I had to say, and I knew it was coming too, and I was just like, really? This is some bullshit. I can't take this ring. Better be a good one. So they hug at the airport. They say goodbye. And she says, yep, I think my dad would be proud of me for making a good connection. I really needed help to get back in the waters, and Katerina really assisted me with that. And maybe there's a happy ending in my future, but only time will tell. All right.
A new purse perhaps will be is going to be your happy ending, because she really thinks that purse is cute because it is in every single scene is that purse.
I sent Keisha a picture of the purse today on text. I took so many pictures of her in that purse. I was like, why? Why, girl?
I don't get it. I don't. Katerina should have said, you know what? Let me pull you off to the side.
But you're right. She didn't have very good style. You saw her airport outfit.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
You're supposed to look cute when you go to the airport. Airport cute. She just kind of.
Like Susan has good style, and Nathaly had good style, and I think Stanika's got good style. Well, we've only seen her in her Moroccan clothes. I thought she looked good.
She looks like she gets some of that stuff from Dress Barn.
She just bugs you.
I think so. Everything about her is kind of, you're right. She could do no right to me at this point.
So, speaking of Stanika is back in Jackson, Mississippi. What? Woo! And her dog, Diamond, is walking around. Of course, her dog's name is Diamond.
Of course.
I'm surprised her dog's name is not like Gucci or Chanel. That's another typical.
Diamond fit perfectly. Like, that was not a shocker at all. She looks like someone who would name her dog Diamond. She totally does.
So Noureddine calls her. She's sitting at her desk. She's doing some work in her little home office. And Noureddine calls her. And he says, how are you? Like, I miss you. How's everything? And she shows him the dog. And she tells us she's been home for 3 days. And she says she misses him, like, for real.
Yeah.
So so she's like, we got to plan your trip here. And he says, yeah, I know. He goes, but I have to have an invitation. She's like a physical letter? I got to visit and he goes, yes, I need that for the visa. I have to be invited. We have to show that. And which was interesting.
Is that just coming from Morocco? Like,
I don't know.
I've never heard of this before.
Like, to officially be asked. Yeah.
Right.
I'm showing you a letter where I've been asked to visit. Yeah.
Now, what is the part where you have to give them verification of like your checking, your bank account?
That's what she said. They have to go through, check his bank accounts, go through interviews and all this just to get a tourist visa.
So what if is there a too much or too little for the bank account, or do you have to be somewhere in the middle? I don't get it.
I wonder.
But I feel like I heard that somewhere before. You
have to show means that like you can get there and get back or whatever. I don't know.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Somebody tell us that, because I don't know. I don't know the
answer.
Please. So he says, yes, I have to get this letter and I have to say I'm coming there. I want to see my future wife. And she's like, oh, strong word. He's like, okay.
With her country ass.
And he says, next time I see you, I want you physically close. I want to have you around me, to touch you, to feel you, to kiss you. And she's like, okay now. And he says, actions speak louder than words. So let's stop talking and move to action. It's like, damn, calm down. Nouredine's horny.
He wants to tap that ass real bad.
He sure does.
Yeah.
And she says, well, he'll have to impress my family first. And then, if he does, I could be open to moving to Morocco. And
really?
Yeah.
I mean, she said that and I was like, you would really move to Morocco. Let me just say this, Mary Payne.
Mm-hmm.
Is that as a Black woman, I have to know what kind of hair care you have in your country. Right. Like, seriously, is there going to be someone who could do my type of hair? Like, that is an important thing right there. So maybe she found out when she was there. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, you're going to have to get that stuff shipped to you.
Like, well, she wears a wig. But she got
to get a wig.
Yeah, she doesn't wear a wig all the time. She's got to take it off at some point.
That hair care is real important. I most definitely need to know about the hair care, because that could be a make or break for me. Like, yeah, I mean, even if I move to Idaho, I gotta know, like, will someone here be able to make me potatoes and do my hair? Because that's an important one right there. So maybe she saw some stuff while she was there, but I was surprised to hear her say she'd moved to Morocco.
Me too. I was like, you would? So he's like, can you come see me next month? She goes, I don't think I can come next month, but maybe the month after that. And he's like, okay, good enough. So, we'll see. So now we go to Harold. Sweet baby angel Harold.
Oh boy. Well, he was a horny this episode too.
He's horny every episode, I think. I think he's always trying to fit. He's packing those condoms because he was going to see her at her house and was like, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of laying it on a little bit. I was like, Harold trying to get him some before he comes back to the States. Like, it was really obvious this time around.
He got the most action of anybody.
We know of. Because Abunky and I are convinced that after Pavol and Michelle's date, that they met up after the date.
Yeah, you know what? That would not surprise me at all.
I think it was Lola. Hey, Lola. Who? Yeah, we're both on the same page with that. So,
yeah, I think that's a good call. They seemed warmed up for each other. Yeah,
they did. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, go for it. So Harold and Katerina. Not Harold and Katerina, Harold and Michaela with Katerina as the matchmaker. So Harold's in his hotel room and he says he has a little time left to woo her, but he's going to meet her at her apartment. And he's packing his little bag and he says I'm very anxious because it's his last chance to win her over. He puts on his new suspenders, the ones that are clean.
Yes.
And he arrives at her apartment. So in her talking head, she says, last night when he asked me to be his girlfriend, it was just a huge, hard decision that I wasn't ready to talk about yet. And I just need more time. Yeah. So they come in and she says, here's my apartment. And we didn't get to see it as much as I love these like apartment tours in other countries. We didn't get to see it as much as I wanted because she's just like, here's the bedroom, here's the couch.
Right.
It just seems like small, just enough space. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm just so happy to be in your space. And she's like, here's the view. And he's like, the best view is you.
That is so something James would say.
That is something
so
my
corny.
husband would say too. So corny. That is also something my husband would say.
And I would just look at James in complete disgust. Like,
Just
really?
stop.
Did you really say that? Like,
So
carry on
gross.
with your day, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he says he just wants to sit and he's happy to be in her space and he just wants to talk about the future and talk about where they stand. And in her talking head, she's like, for me, after 1 week, that's a hard decision. And he lives so far away.
Yeah.
I do like him, but I also love my city and my family. So that would be a hard decision to decide that, I was like, well, you don't have to say you're leaving to marry him,
But she has the most sense out of anyone on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her and Maria. So,
right.
So she tells him, Harold, you're a great man. And there is potential there that you'll be my boyfriend. And they hold hands. And he says, well, in me, you've inspired love. And I feel happy for that. And I did go shopping to get you this ring. And I was going to propose. But now it's just no strings attached. I just want to give it to you. So then now when you wear it, you'll think of me. And he pulls it out and shows it to her. And she's like, she really likes it. And she's like, wow, this is so nice. So beautiful. And he says, I was going to propose. And she's like, oh, okay, but no. I'm sorry. No, I can't be your wife.
Right. I can't be your girlfriend. Most definitely cannot be your wife. Yeah. Yes.
And he says, I know, after our conversation, I understand, but I wanted to give you something just as a symbol and something to remember me by. She says, well, gosh, I'm sorry because I don't have anything for you. And he says, that's fine. I don't expect anything. And then she puts it on. She's very happy. She kisses him and she loves it. And she says, when I see the ring, I'll think of Harold. It's very nice.
Yeah, that's she's very firm, but also very sweet. And that's what he needs.
That's what he said
Big
he wants.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says, well, what will happen next? And she says, well, I hope you'll send me a communication that you have arrived home safe. And he laughs. He's like, well, I'm hoping for more communication than that. And so maybe that's our first step is to work on our communicating. Like maybe we could video chat. And she says, oh, okay. She says, well, like, I hope maybe you could show me your home and your countryside on video chat. And in 3 months, when I get a vacation, we can plan a trip.
Yes.
So she says, I can plan a vacation in your city. Huh? Hello, America. Which, of course, is the clip they had clipped out. And everybody on that Facebook group was freaking out that she was moving to America. But she said, hello, America, like for a vacation.
That's it. And I almost wish she had not told him that she gets vacation time in 3 months.
Yeah.
Because he's going to count down the days. I mean, and things could change by then.
Yeah.
But he's already in his head. They have plans for a vacation in exactly 3 months, right down to the day and the hour.
After 2 months, he's going to be like, have you booked your ticket? Did you book your ticket? Did you find out about your visa? Did you book your ticket?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So she says she is happy she got a chance to meet a great person. And she does hope this is the beginning of something bigger. And then she tells him, I won't forget this for the rest of my life. And they both are like, we'll look forward to seeing each other again. And they hug and kiss outside. And she says, I will miss him so much. And, if you're lonely, you can just call me. I was like, okay, well, let's remember that she's not so great at answering the phone.
No,
right?
she doesn't like there's some people who just don't do phones.
Mm-mm.
They
she
just
doesn't
don't
text him back either. She just doesn't text him back either.
Yeah. Okay. She really don't have any excuses. I don't know. Like her apartment was dirty. That's why he couldn't come over, but it looked mighty clean to me.
It looked like it had been professionally cleaned that day. It looked great.
Yes. It did.
So, he says having a woman who understands him is something he hasn't had in a long time. And he feels very positive for the future. And sometime soon, maybe the tables will turn and she'll ask him to be her boyfriend. And he says, I'm walking away very happy. And that was cute. And he's hopeful.
It was. Yeah.
It's cute.
Keep hope alive, Harold. Keep hope alive.
That's right, baby. So he's leaving Prague tomorrow. So he's meeting in his hotel lobby with Katerina. And Katerina's like, oh, we're in the lobby. Let's whisper. I was like, is that a thing? Do we need to whisper because we're in public? Yeah.
Someone was saying something about her voice and her facial expressions in that group.
Oh, yeah, because she's always pulling the faces like, whoa. Yeah.
Well, listen to some of the shit she has to listen to. I'd be making those faces too. Like, how could she not?
Great point. She had to go on that sex date and ask, where's the weirdest place you've made whoopee or whatever she says, like the dating game.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
So he says, I asked Michaela to be my girlfriend, but she said no because she needs time. But I read how she felt and I backed off and I changed my mind and just gave her the ring anyway. And I did get the reaction that I wanted. And she did say she'll keep up the communication. And Katerina's very happy with that. It's like, good job. You read the scene. You did it right. And he says, I have pillars that I live by. And it's love, attraction, and sci-fi. And she says, great, because you got all those things in Michaela. And he says,
yes, he did.
I hope she'll come to visit me and I can show her my world. And then maybe we could switch the ring to the other hand. I was like, no, they're going to have to bad enough.
There he goes again. Yeah, you have to get a new ring, buddy. It doesn't work that way. That was like a promise ring. So now you got to really get an engagement ring. Sorry, but start saving up now, Harold.
So he thanks Katerina. I want to thank you for all you've done for me. And she says she is so proud of him. And she can see that he's ready to offer a lot to a relationship. And she hopes Michaela can be the one, but we shall see. And the next day, he packs up his little Curious George suitcase and he pulls it behind him, goes to the airport, and says he's confident that he's found love and some new clothes, too. So good for him.
He did. Yeah.
All right, now we go to the final cards, which I'm so happy that we got. So happy. 'Cause we don't always get this on these shows, you know?
No, we don't.
Just leave it hang. Like, especially on like Extreme Sisters, it'll be like, we went to Chick-fil-A and then like that's the end of it. We never see those people again. We're like, what?
Yeah, I need to know what's going on. Like, really? You let us sit here and watch this show. Like, let's say one couple, one pair of sisters, it was about having a baby. Well, goddamn, I need to know whether she had the baby or not. Like, what is going on? They just
I know.
cliffhanger.
Never have any idea on that show.
No.
So, final cards, we have Nathaly first, and it's with words of encouragement to embrace her youth and freedom. Nathaly spent another month in Colombia having fun and going on dates. Upon returning home, she told her family she wants to focus on herself, and her mother has agreed to back off finding her matches for now. Now, when I talked to her, she acted like she had a guy that she met in Colombia.
Juan Pablo.
It's not Juan Pablo.
How do you know?
I don't know.
How do you know?
I think she would have told
then.
me.
Well, maybe she could.
Mark. Well, maybe he's married.
I don't remember seeing a wedding ring.
All right. Really studying Juan Pablo. So Mark, here we go to Mark. Mark never heard back from Huda, but getting a new perspective and vulnerability while dating abroad. But he's grateful for getting a new perspective and vulnerability while dating abroad. He's dating in the U.S. again, determined to find his future wife. Well, we haven't seen her in that Facebook group, and she would be in there.
Most definitely. He needs a sugar mama is what he needs.
He sure does.
Yeah, more so than a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Because he don't want to pay for anything.
Not at all.
Nope. Michelle and Pavol have been talking since she returned home. They're discussing a future visit, and Michelle hopes he will be her Prince Charming. All right.
Okay,
good work.
That was good. Yeah.
Maybe see you on 90 Day. Maria accepted Chad's apology. Well, she had to. It appeared on her phone. She didn't have a choice. But they never spoke again. She was like, I'll accept your apology, but don't call me. I'll call you.
Yeah. Block.
Determined to find a wife, Chad continued to date and meet a German woman online. He plans on traveling there soon to propose. Now, we know this woman's name is like Vera something, and she's in that Facebook group. Right.
And she is real. Chad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. She's most definitely real. Let's see how long it lasts.
Is it Vera or is it Verna? Like VERNA?
Something with a V.
Yeah. So if you go in that Facebook group and like look like VERNA or whatever, it'll pop up. Everything she said will pop up. All right. Next, Susan and Mauricio have texted since she returned home from Colombia, but she's not waiting for him to visit. She has now got her mind set on new horizons and is planning to move to Italy, which is kind of what she told me when I talked to her.
And she speaks the language. She even substitutes Spanish with a little bit of Italian.
Well, that's right. So it's the same language. Yeah. Yeah, she and Moo have a house there in Italy, and I think she could find a real nice Italian guy that would think that she was the shit.
How does she have a goddamn house in Italy and a New York City apartment?
I don't know. She said she did. That's what she told me. Next, we have Harold and Michaela continue to get to know one another, but they don't talk as often as Harold would like. However, he remains hopeful she will visit him in New Mexico. Now, what we've also seen in this Facebook group, that people have seen her posting, that after he left, she got diagnosed with cancer, can no longer have children, and was doing chemotherapy. So obviously it was some sort of female below the waist cancer. We don't know what.
Right.
And all we can say is we wish her good health and good vibes. And hopefully she will be better, and maybe she will be able to visit Harold, or maybe the cancer scare made her realize that she does not want to be with Harold. Who knows?
We need to know. We need to know.
We need to know.
We do.
So the last couple we get the update on is Stanika and Noureddine. Stanika and Noureddine talk every day, and she even introduced him to her family over video call. They're looking into what visa he needs to visit Stanika in Mississippi. All right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, some people were talking about Noureddine, and they were saying that he's like what kind of an actor?
Like an actor, like
a paid actor. Well, they all kind of technically are, if you think about it.
Right. Well, people were all like, they're actors, blah, blah, blah. Because if you go, they have an IMDb. And Stanika's acting, okay, like my sister could have an IMDb because they film a lot of movies in Jackson, and she's always a background person, an extra.
There you go. Yeah.
So Stanika has probably done the same thing, been in the background of the movies they film in Jackson.
Okay.
You know, like Lady at the Party #4 or whatever.
Right.
So I don't think that means she's an actress. I don't think she's ever had any lines in like a Spielberg movie or anything.
No, most definitely not. So she could do the voiceover for a country laugh. That's what she can do.
You really on that country thing. You're not a fan.
And she does that clap.
Yes.
Speaking of country, did you see the video of
oh Jesus
Angela
Christ.
beating up her best friend? With her titties all out?
I sure did. There's 106 things wild about. They're like at a Hampton Inn in New York City, and the poor night desk clerk who barely makes minimum wage is trying to break this shit up. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this.
Nope, let him fight.
He tries to break them up. Her boob's out. She's in a horribly fitting dress, per usual. And then she's dragging her stupid suitcase and trying to like talk to this couple who's like just came in from their Broadway show and are like just trying to get on the elevator. She's like, and then she said this and she thinks she's famous and I tell you what. And the people are like, we don't want to be in this video. Like,
and they're like,
to get up to our room.
Who the fuck is this lady? Like, is she an escort or does she work here? Has a free room here? What is going on? And then she's like, can y'all see me? Help me to my room? No, bitch, we can't. No.
It's not the Four Seasons. It's the Hampton Inn in Times Square, girl. Come on now.
Everyone should know who Angela is. Just like, oh, talk about letting stardom go to your head.
Oh my God. And people were like, did you see she was at this thing earlier? And they showed a table full of people, and this woman that she had the fight with was there. But I guess it was supposed to be like other reality stars that were there, but I didn't recognize anybody. So I don't know if it was shows that I don't watch or what.
It was so funny because my friend Dan, he had showed me like the flyer for that dinner. He's like, ooh, should I go meet Angela to see if I could talk to her? I was like, no, because you'll probably come back smelling like cigarette smoke for the next 10 months. You don't need that. And so when we saw that, he goes, you were right.
I wonder like how much you had to pay to get the honor of having dinner with her.
$5.50, like $5.50. Yes.
Plus tax, it comes to an even seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I posted it and I was like, TLC, hear our prayers. Take this woman off our television. We don't need this. There's so many other people that we could focus on.
Like me.
Like you.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say that ticks me off about that whole situation with Angela is how abusive she's been towards Michael. And had it been a man treating a woman the way that she treats him, oh my God.
Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah.
You're so right. You're so right. Oh my God. Do you see this scab on my eyebrow? Can you see that? Isn't that attractive?
No, I can't see it.
I had some, I got my eyebrows waxed the other day and dyed and waxed. That's why they're so dark. And when I got done, the eyebrow lady, Emmy, goes, ooh, have you been using something with retinol in it? Because like I just tore like half the skin off your eyebrow. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
I was like, I don't think so. And she goes, what products have you been using? I go, oh, they're called like AVENE, like Avene. I don't know how it's like Avenue without the U. And she goes, they're
Aveeno?
No. This is French. It's a French brand where they use French water.
Okay.
I have no idea. Casey Wilson told me about it. And so now I'm using it because I'm like, it's good enough for like a Hollywood person. It's good enough for me. It's not very expensive, but you can't get it like on Amazon or anything. You have to go to their site. And it takes a little while to get to you because it like does come from France. But AVENE. And all their products have not like pure like retin A or retinol. It's like a retina blah, blah, blah with something on the end.
Okay.
And it hasn't been bad for my skin. It hasn't. I would worry that something like that, my skin's too sensitive and it would like start to get red or flake. It hasn't at all. But apparently it's working because when she went to wax my brows, it like the skin was very sensitive and it like tore half the skin off my eyebrow.
Ouch.
And now I can't quit touching it like a weirdo.
Stop touching it.
I want to like pick it off. It's so gross. But anyway, if you thought Anna, when we were getting on the ferry yesterday, was like, did Dad like punch you in the eye? I was like, yeah. Yeah, we've been married 23 years, and this is the week he decided to start punching me in the eye. I was like, no. She's like, did you fall?
I
like,
love Anna.
What's wrong with your face? I have to tell you one more funny story. We have time. One more funny story. So last night we were here at this beach house. It's got a huge front screen porch facing the ocean, which is great. It was a perfect like 65, 70 degrees on the porch last night.
Ooh,
we all got our drinks. We're sitting out there and we were just having such a nice like family time. We were just talking and being fun, like there's just the four of us and the dogs. The dogs had such a stressful day. They just did not do well in the car, even though we gave them
traveling.
They don't like it. So we were just having a nice family night, sitting out, having our drinks, looking at the ocean. And Dave says to the kids, because he knows not to say this to me, he says, so you guys going to like work out with me tomorrow? And John's like, I don't know. I'm on vacation. Anna's like, I might, because Anna's kind of she said she's trying to get into her workout era. She's trying to
Okay.
lean into her workout era.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so Dave says, yeah, here's what I'm thinking. What we'll do is we'll do like 30 seconds of like push-ups, however many you can do. I was like, one. I could do one. And he is like, and then we'll do like, take a 30-second break. And then maybe do like 30 seconds of jumping jacks. And he's saying this out loud. And we're all just like with our drinks looking at him. And he goes, yeah, hadn't fully fleshed it out yet. But so I'm just thinking, and Anna and I, it could have been the drinks. We started hitting each other. We were laughing so hard. Because him, like, I hadn't kind of like fully fleshed it out yet, like what my plan's going to be. Like, what the fuck?
What?
What is this, like boot camp? He hadn't fully fleshed it out. Yeah.
He's trying to be a personal trainer on the side.
Oh,
you guys are his first clients.
We laughed so hard. So then like 30 minutes later, we're talking about something else. He's like, yeah, I think that like in the morning. So we'll get up and like, you could go to the grocery and then I'll go ahead and like get the dogs out on the beach for their, morning bathroom. And then we'll meet back and then we'll figure out what to do about lunch. Cause if we want us to go see the pirates, but anyway, we'll figure that out around 11. Anna goes, you know what he just did? He fleshed that out.
Yes, he did.
Whole plan out.
Sure,
yeah, he
damn did. No mention of the workout at all. Plus, who works out on their vacation?
My husband, he normally will go to the gym every morning. He's like, by the time we wake up and like are considering a cup of coffee, he's already been to the gym. He's annoying like that.
Oh, God, love him. I hate him a little bit.
Yeah, but he doesn't try to force it on us, which we appreciate.
I'm just jealous at the fact that he would get up every morning and work out. Like,
that's what he does.
I can't get my lazy ass up. Like, I can't.
John slept till 1 p.m. And at that point, my husband was in a rage. He was like, this is fucking ridiculous. It is 1 o'clock. Get out of the bed.
If Skylar didn't have to go to work every day, that is noon 30 is about noon 30. And one of us goes in there to make sure she's still breathing.
Yeah. To make sure something didn't happen while she slept.
Just in case. We know it's because she sleep, but just in case, we just go do a little mirror check, put the mirror underneath her nostrils and she's alive. Yeah. So I get it.
So a plan that I fleshed out last night was every night one of us is going to choose a movie. So, of course, Dave's always like, Star Wars, Jean-Claude Van Damme, so he said it has to be a movie that the majority of people haven't seen. So it can't just be a movie that like all of you have seen or whatever. And then whoever's night it was, last night was my night, could say 2 movies, and then it had to be a majority rule.
Okay.
So I came up with 16 Candles.
Okay.
And I think it was Say Anything was my other choice. These are my favorite movies. And they chose 16 Candles. So we watched 16 Candles last night.
You know what? I wish you had told me about that earlier because I have a great idea. How long y'all there? Like 4 days?
7 days.
You guys could have watched a John Wick movie for the first 4 nights.
No, thank you. But probably that'll be on Dave's list. That'll be on Dave's short list. Some dumb shit like that. I don't want to watch that.
Did you just call John Wick?
I did.
Dumb?
I did. I don't want to see. I don't need any action, sci-fi, floating through the air people.
That's the Matrix.
Oh.
John Wick. This is John Wick. If you want to see a guy kill 330 people in 30 seconds, that's John Wick.
I don't want to see that.
It's so good. The action path is love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And
so we watched 16 Candles. And 16 Candles does not it's not up to today's woke culture. I'll tell you that much.
No. I haven't watched it in a while, but I can only imagine that it's not.
They say the R word quite a bit.
Oh boy.
And they say FAG quite a bit.
Oh no, we cannot say that.
And and then of course there's Long Duck Dong, which is just a totally not politically correct.
No.
Oh my God. And the funniest thing, the the younger brother that's such the smart ass. Mm-hmm. She comes in the kitchen and is talking to him, and she's like, "Where am I supposed to sleep?" And he is smoking the stick pretzels. He's pretending like they're cigarettes.
We used to do that kind of shit back then. We did.
Oh, so my son's like, low key, he's like a legend. That kid's a legend. I was like, that kid is hilarious.
That is funny. And little does John know, we used to walk around doing shit like that unless our parents gave us the candy stick cigarettes because our parents didn't give a fuck about us or nor our health. They were encouraging bad behaviors starting at a very, very young. Like, you couldn't do that shit now.
Smoking is cool, kids. Pretend to do it with a pretzel. Yeah.
We would be mom shamed for if one of our kids did that kind of crap. Yeah. Just,
oh my God.
No.
Well, I just want to see if 16 Candles is one of your favorite movies of all time and you watch it today and through the eyes of with teenagers sitting there, you're like, yeah, this doesn't hold up. The humor doesn't hold up. But so we'll see. I'll let you guys know what is chosen for tonight when we
tell Dave I'm with him for John Wick.
I'm not going to even say John Wick because
Dave and I need to exchange numbers.
Dave will choose Happy Feet. Or
no,
or
he will not.
Pitch Perfect. Any Pitch Perfect. He loves Pitch Perfect. Or he'll choose like something really stupid like Overboard or Major League. Though that's his.
So are these like not new movies? Or is it all older movies?
It could be whatever you want. I looked through all of Netflix to find like a new thing that we hadn't watched, but there's nothing there that's new that we would all enjoy. You know, we did see together, we all watched the Knives Out movie and we haven't watched the second one. So maybe that's a good idea.
I haven't watched those, but I want you to tell me whatever movies Anna has on her list.
Oh, God.
I want to know that.
It is definitely going to be some sort of drag queen documentary, whatever it is.
And I'm down with that.
Yeah. And that we would all enjoy that.
Yes. I'm totally. Look, whenever I'm feeling down and blue, you can ask anyone who knows me. I will turn it on RuPaul's Drag Race season 5 because it is the best entertainment. Season 5 is hilarious. Yes, it is like the best of all the seasons. Period. Point blank. If you don't agree with me, fight me.
Okay, I'll tell Anna because she's well versed. She went to see Jinx Monsoon. That was one of her birthday presents.
Well, Jinx Monsoon won that season.
Okay, well then she'll probably agree with you. She loves Jinx.
Yep. I love it.
And pretty recently, my podcast was next door to Jinx Monsoon and like Sarah Golly, who's a friend of mine that has that podcast, Andy's Girls. And so I posted it. I was like, hey, my podcast is in good company on the charts. It was next to Jinx Monsoon and Sarah Golly. And Anna's like, oh, you tagged Jinx Monsoon. Do you know her? I go, how would I know her? No.
Tell her Keisha knows her.
Okay. I'll
tell her Keisha knows.
And
Grey Gardens. No, not in real life, but yeah. And I saw you talking about Grey Gardens the other day.
Yeah.
If you watch season 5, Jinx Monsoon does Little Edie, and it is hilarious. It's must see TV. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go look that up on YouTube.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Play your song.
Tell everybody what's going on at the Libra Lounge with Keisha first.
So this week we're going to be talking about the new Lizzo controversy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Cardi B and some of the trouble she's been in, and also a performance that was a little bit nasty, but we're not sure. We're going to be talking about Roni, of course, and that's all I got for now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody listen to the Libra Lounge with Keisha for her hot takes on those pop culture subjects. And of course, please follow us on Instagram at Pink Shade Pod. Follow Keisha at the Libra Lounge with Keisha on Instagram. We're always out there horning out for the followers. We appreciate it. We want to be influencers. We're trying so hard.
Yes, we do.
And if you're listening to this on Monday, go ahead and take a listen to Keisha and I talking about love during lockup. We'll be bringing that to you later today. Okay, bye, Keisha.
Bye.
Get ready to sing.
Matchmaker, 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 make me a match.
Oh my God.
Find me a find, catch me a catch.
Sing it with me.
Matchmaker, look through your book.
No.
And make me a perfect match.
Oh, it's so pretty. All right, bye, Keisha.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.